Hello!
Hi.
Long time no see. Sorry we've been so tardy in getting one of these out. So
It's been a crazy 2 weeks.
Been a crazy 2 weeks. Wanted to give you a little update on what's going on here in Lolo Strong Land. So we had a week ago Saturday, because Lori's hemoglobin had continued to drop, they decided they wanted to give her a blood transfusion. So she did a blood transfusion last Saturday, and then from there she kind of felt a little better on Sunday, and then not so good on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday so-so, Thursday so-so, Friday she had a really good day. Friday was double D Friday, and that doesn't have anything to do with size of anything. That has to do with 2 doctor's appointments. Gotta bring a little humor to it.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so backing up a little bit, I think the last time I was here, my white blood count had dropped to 30,000. And then it went to 9, not 9,000, but 7, 8, 9, which is way normal. And so, of course, in my mind, I'm thinking, woo, I'm in remission. I asked Michael, I said, do you think this means I'm in remission? And and he was like, no, it's in your bones. And so, then we went and had the visit with Dr. Madanat. I'm finally pronouncing his name. Madanat. He's amazing. UT Southwestern, just saying. Anyway, it was, I want to go to the blood transfusion really quick. People told me if I had a blood transfusion, that for the first 1 to 2 to 3 hours, I would have all of this energy and feel amazing. That is not true. It is so not true. The moment that blood hit my system, I felt like crap. I kind of felt nauseous. But in my mind, I was wanting to feel that hit of energy because I haven't had that in so long. And so I was like going, It never happened. So I did that. It took probably 3-4 hours, maybe.
Yeah, we had to be there at 8.
Yeah.
We had to do some prep stuff. They went ahead and started an IV on her about 8:30. Gave her a Tylenol 600 and a Benadryl. That was kind of just to make sure she didn't have any type of reactions. And then they said the blood will be here in 30 minutes. And sure enough, about 9 o'clock, in walked a cooler. And
I thought it was a new organ.
Somebody was bringing an organ in.
Right.
It was OU Texas game kicking off at 11. I didn't know if they were bringing some beverages in for us to watch the game. But anyway, it definitely was a beverage. It was blood.
Because I'm a vampire,
Not Bloody Mary, but just blood. So, anyway, that's she got the hookup. Great staff in there. That was actually
amazing.
Wait,
you say great staff.
Well,
what happened at the end?
We had a little hiccup at the end, but.
I want to tell you about the hiccup at the end.
That was actually the area where she got the blood transfusion. Was actually the area where people received their chemo, and we don't usually go in that side of the clinic. And so, great staff over there. Everybody very nice. Definitely takes a lot of compassion to be in the oncology side of the caregiving medical side. So.
Right.
Great people in there. Hope we don't have to go in there anymore, but very, very good staff in there. So, go ahead.
So, I'm done with my blood transfusion, and the machine is beeping, And I guess my nurse is either like on break or she didn't hear it, but this sub nurse came in and disconnected me, and bless her heart, when she disconnected me, she shot blood all over me. It was like
so if any vampires would have been in there,
right,
it would have been a great time.
And I was like going, and she's like, I'm so sorry, and I'm like, it's okay. I don't know that it's my blood, but
it was the blood out of the bag. So.
Yeah, and so that grossed me out anyway, knowing that some person's blood is going into my system. So it was a mental thing for me, and I know that they screen the blood and everything, but it was weird, you know, having somebody else's blood into my system was like, had issues with that, but anywho.
Okay, so that was blood transfusion day. Let Lori just kind of touch real quick on how she was feeling like doo-doo on Monday and Tuesday. And then we'll kind of try to keep this short this time, even though we haven't done one in a while. And then we'll scale on down to Friday, where she had some positive feedback at the doctor's office on Friday as well.
I guess on Monday and Tuesday, I kind of felt like I was coming down with the flu. I was running a low-grade temperature, 99.8, and I don't have to call the doctor unless it's 100.4. My big thing in the morning is I always wake up probably around anywhere from 4:30 in the morning to 6 in the morning. First thing I do is grab some coffee. I feed my dogs. And I go and sit on the couch and I wait for Michael. I wait for Michael to wake up. And I play Candy Crush. It's a relaxer for me. I couldn't do that on Monday and Tuesday. I tried to be normal and I got my coffee. But I went back to bed on Monday and Tuesday. And that's not like me. But anyway, pulled through it, made it through Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Thursday, I had a busy day at work. So there was no slowing down whatsoever. And then Friday, heart doctor in the morning.
We just take a time out right there. I don't know if we talked about this in the videos or not, but like Lori mentioned, so one of the things with leukemia and CML is that you have a very high white blood cell count. So I know she told you guys that thing went down to 9. Well, that is a normal white blood cell count. And so, but you have to remember when she got her diagnosis, she was at 60, and then
60,000.
60,000.
And then it went to 76.
75. Yeah,
76,000.
76.
Huge.
But there was a couple of medications. Of course, she takes Spiracell.
No, that's what we're pronouncing it because we're Texans. However, our doctor said it's called Spiracell.
Spiracell. So she, anyway, between that, but the medication that really works on getting any leukemia patient getting their white blood cell count down, that's not a chemo, it's called Hydrea, and so she's been on Hydrea ever since she started the chemo pill as well. And so anyway, when she went to get those labs, she'd been going for labs every Friday. So she went and got her labs last Friday, a week ago Friday, and so there was positive and negative. The positive was that white blood cell count went from 76,000 down to 9. That's the single number 9. And then, but her hemoglobin had dropped some more, so that was the whole reason that we had to do the, not really sure what Miss OCD's over here doing.
It's Diamond.
The rugs.
Diamond's in here with us.
So,
sorry.
Anyway, there's a positive right there, folks. So the white blood cell count went all the way from 76,000 to 9. And then we're going to talk about this Friday's, as in 2 days ago, lab draw and doctor's appointment now in just a second. But she had a
6.2.
6.2.
I'm jumping ahead. I'm excited. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
I thought it was
another
intermission.
week, even without being on the Hydrea for a week, because that Friday when it had gone down from 76 to 9, they discontinued the Hydrea. So she's off of the Hydrea now and just doing the chemo pill, Spiracil. And so she is now down to a 6.2 after our visit on Friday. But before we went to UT Southwestern, the whole reason that we ever found out that we had CML, or Lori has CML, is because since February, she's been having this extremely high resting. Well, she's resting. The heart rate's not resting. So
the heart's not, but.
So that was when she went to the doctor back in September. This is, why she ever went to the doctor to begin with. And so when we got the diagnosis of CML, her oncologist, Dr. Mondinot, does not believe that the two are connected. And so he really felt like we needed to pursue getting that checked out as well. So we had an appointment Friday over at Baylor, Dallas, with an amazing cardiologist, Dr. Michael Sills. And I'll let Lori kind of pick it up from there and tell you what her last 48 hours has been like.
And you're going to go get a napkin.
I'm going to get a napkin. I have dry skin in my arms.
He's got dry skin and he's bleeding.
Things.
So go. Okay, so I laugh with Michael. Dr. Sills was amazing. He came in and he was so personable, and I don't know. He had to struggle to hear my heart murmur, which is something I was born with, but I've been told that it closed up. Some doctors hear it and some doctors don't.
I liked his approach that he said that if someone's told, if you're the physician or you're the clinician, let's just say clinician, and someone says, hey, I have a heart murmur, then when you go to listen, you're probably going to hear a heart murmur or think you hear a heart murmur. So, he felt like he said if there was one there, it sounded good. He said he heard a little something, but he said, I also know, or I'm going into this listening for a heart murmur. And so it was almost I kind of felt like, if he went into it not knowing, I think he would have got a better result. So anyway, just throwing that in there.
So you're thinking I shouldn't have told him that I had a
No,
heart
I'm
murmur?
not saying that. I'm just saying that was kind of my takeaway. Is like everybody's going to hear a heart murmur regardless if that's what they think, if that's what they're listening for. That was my takeaway. I mean, some heart murmurs are definitely there and everybody's going to hear it, but that told me that if there was anything there, it was very faint. And like I said, he was just basically saying, well, I'm listening for a heart murmur, so I'm probably going to hear one. How do you not know? I'm not saying that you shouldn't have told me. Just throwing that out there. This is getting out of control.
No, we're raw and real. Just saying. That's why we do this. We're going to help that next victim. I'm not really sure the next victim is going to have a heart condition, but I want to talk about my secondary diagnosis. So anyway, long story short, super cool dude. I loved him from the get-go because I saw his socks, and he wears some cool socks, and my husband is into socks, but he took it a step further and he had a cool belt on too.
Yeah, this guy, his sock game was equal to mine, and I have a good sock game, but he had a belt game going on.
He did.
So I may have to get a belt game going on now.
Well, just stick with your socks.
You never know.
So, long story short, by the time I left the office, I had to undergo a holter monitor, which is the 48-hour monitor that I don't even know what to say to that. A 48-hour monitor that I got on Friday. Anyway, I just took it off today at 11:55. It was the first time I could bathe. I took a sponge bath yesterday, but I don't know what it's going to show. And I do want to know what it shows because I'm concerned. I think one of the things that I'm feeling every day is more heart related versus leukemia. I think now that I'm off of the Hydrea and the alpurinol, I really think that I can do the side effects of leukemia with this Spiricel. But this heart thing is what's really jacking with me. It's kind of weird. So I'm anxious to find out. He's going to read it tomorrow when I turn it in, and then he's going to call me either tomorrow or Tuesday. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Again, just took the heart monitor off.
So we got to go turn that in tomorrow. Somebody will read all the data on there. They did give her a little paper log if she noticed something.
It's called a diary.
She could write something down, and then also there was a button on there. If she noticed she was having a little high heart rate episode, there was a button she could push, and it would capture it. Although they're going to see all the data for the last 48 hours.
Right.
They can see where she noticed it. I mean, they would see it whether she pushed the button or not, but they will be able to notice when she hit that little button, and then they'll read her little diary as well. So I think the next step from there is he will definitely want to do an echo on her, and then we'll address it, probably with medication or something like that.
Depending on what's going on.
Right, depending on what's going on. But if there is some, probably, if the medication is a route, it'll be probably a medicine that's used for high blood pressure. Although she shouldn't have high blood pressure, those medicines help in reducing high heart rates as well. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. So we got done over there, and then we ventured over and had a little Sonny Brian's barbecue, a little chopped beef sandwich, and some amazing onion rings, because the original Sonny Brian's is right there by UT Southwestern. And so we went over there. Sonny Brian's, if you want to give us a little free sandwich next time, give me a little plug in this video if y'all see it.
It gave me diarrhea. I'm just saying.
Okay.
It was so good though, but I mean, anything I eat gives me the poops.
So from there, we went over to UT Southwestern, and that's where we saw Dr. Modinot. She had labs. Her labs were, so we got the positive that the white blood count now is down to 6.2. If you see me looking down, look at my notes in the phone. The whole reason the Saturday before she had to have the blood transfusion was because her hemoglobin had dropped all the way down in the 7s. It was back up, not where it needs to be, but it was back up. It was actually back up to 8.1.
Very disappointed in that number.
But the doctor wasn't disappointed, because he said, right now where we're at is
that's what he expected.
That's what he expected.
Yeah.
The thing is the Hydrea, she had to do the Hydrea to get the white blood cell count down. And so by bringing that down, it's going to bring other things down. And so the takeaway now is that my takeaway, or our takeaway from the appointment is we got that white blood count down. So now what we are doing moving forward, his words are, we're now, the next couple appointments that you see me, we are going to learn how to manage this and manage the Spiricel going forward. The one thing that hasn't dropped in all these appointments until this time was her platelets finally dropped. So her platelets had been, I think, like 210 or something like that.
They've been so amazing. So
amazing, but they were actually good. They were actually down to 122 on Friday. But there again, he said he expected that, and he feels like now that she's off the Hydrea, we'll start moving back in the other direction. So, with that being said, the kind of the cool news, I guess you could say, from Lori's standpoint, from the oncology standpoint, is we're down now to, she had been having to go have labs every week. Looks like now we're down to doing labs every 2 weeks. So instead of going next Friday, which would be whatever the last Friday of October is, she doesn't have to go get labs until November the 1st. She won't see a doc that day, she'll just do labs. And now we saw him this past Friday, and she actually won't see him again, Dr. Madadat, her oncologist, until November the 15th. So, kind of positives. I mean, when you look for anything, I guess, when you can say it. So
right.
Those are some positives as well.
We take away more positives than we do negatives.
Right.
Because we don't know how. I mean, his number one goal was to bring my counts down, and he definitely did that with the hydria. But one thing that you haven't touched on is that my bilirubin count is low, which anybody who knows about bilirubin causes jaundice. So we're working on that one. And so I'll have more labs, like you just said, on November the 1st. But I think at the end of the day, what he's wanting to see now is how the chemo, just the chemo alone, is going to affect my blood work. I asked you before we went to the appointment, because I knew my results were normal on my white blood count. And, you know, I'm just like, does that mean I'm in remission? And Michael was like, no. And so I had to ask Dr. Mondanot if that meant that I was in remission, or was I going to have to deal with this for the rest of my life. And he said, at 3 months, we will retest the BCR and the ABL. I really don't think I'm going to have another bone marrow biopsy.
Used to, back in the day, you used to get a read on where you were at with your BCR and your ABL, you had to do the bone marrow.
And I'm not doing that again. That freaking hurt.
But now with technology, they can actually kind of see where your BCR and your ABL are at through some of the blood testing as well. Once you do an initial bone biopsy, I'm not saying that she won't ever have to have a bone biopsy again. Hate to burst your bubble, but for the most part, they're going to be able to tell where she's at. So the way that someone with CML, and I'm sure with other leukemias and stuff like that, it's not based upon your white blood cell count. It's based upon the number of, you know, the BCR and the ABL count or number. So right now, they check those every 3 months, or at least they do in the beginning. So you know, remember Lori's BCR was 9 when we started, and her ABL was 21. So when we get 3 months into this, they'll actually check that again. But the good news for her is, from a pain and comfort standpoint, they can do that through blood work now. And eventually, if that gets down to if that gets to where it needs to be, then she could get that remission diagnosis. But it's not. She'll have to, you know, still have that checked periodically. So.
But even if I do go into remission, Dr. Mondanot made it perfectly clear, unfortunately, that it is something I'm going to deal with for the rest of my life. And I didn't want to hear that. I kind of am treating CML as like a virus versus a disease. So honestly and truly, that really pissed me off, and it hurt my heart. But I think it's manageable, though. I think that I'm a planner. I'm sorry, I'm a Virgo. I just need to know what I need to do for the rest of my life. And I mean, I guess I'm going to have to deal with CML for the rest of my life. But I do look forward to coming on here one day and telling you guys that I'm in remission and I don't have to take chemo anymore. And I want to go back to the gym and I want to do the things that I've always done before. But right now, until I get everything under control, as well as my heart, I'm going to continue to follow doctor's orders and Dr. Michael orders because he's a hard ass.
I only play doctor on Lifetime. But anyway, we're just going to kind of wrap this up as we're at the 25-minute marker here. But
well, we were long overdue.
Yeah, we were long overdue.
Yeah.
So we just kind of wanted, and one of the things
Inquiring minds want to know.
I just want to tell you guys, I think I had responded to a couple of people's messages or Facebook or something like that. Anyway, Friday was probably the best day since September the 6th. That was the day that Lori found out she had this. And that was doctor day and all that. That was the best day I've seen her have in a long time. And so
it was a good day.
It's
I
going to
felt
be
great.
Eventually we'll plateau out and she's going to have a lot of good days, but it's kind of, people ask me how she's doing, and I like to say it's just kind of hit and miss right now. So good days, bad days, but that was the best day I've seen her have at a lot of times. So please keep her in your thoughts and prayers. We definitely greatly appreciate that. There's been a couple of people I responded to text messages today or Facebook Messenger and stuff like that have asked me how things are going, and please be patient with me because sometimes I'm in the middle of doing something, and like one of my daughters said when she was pregnant, she had baby brain. I have
Lori Brown.
I have spouse leukemia support brain, so sometimes I forget if I'm in the middle of doing something to call somebody back or to text them back or message them back or whatever. So don't think I'm being a jerk and not responding to you, because
we're doing the best we can.
Definitely appreciate all the inquiries.
Yeah. And we love you guys so much, and we appreciate everything that you guys do for us. Whether it be prayers, whether it be phone calls, whether it be texts. This is also new to us, so we're literally doing the best we can. So hang in there with us. More to come.
Hey, and if you want one of these, we still have some left. Hit either one of us up. But these were some bracelets we had made. Of course, I kind of coined the phrase because Lori's grandmother name is Lolo. So,
for baby Kai.
Hashtag Lolo Strong bracelets.
It's backwards.
Oh, it is backwards. But that's all right. People get is it better that way?
Nope. That's upside down.
Okay, so anyway.
Hashtag Lolo Strong. We have some bracelets, and there are some that I have put back for my Glenrose peeps. And then if you guys want some, just let us know, and we'll get them to you.
And I've given some out to people, and they're like, what I owe you for this? And I guess they thought we were doing them as a fundraiser, and I know some people or some organizations do, but we just want it out there as a reminder.
Just support.
So, yeah, it's just a support thing.
Yeah.
If you want to drop us a C note in the mail when you get yours, we wouldn't mind.
C note.
That's $100 bill. But anyway, we're just kidding. It is free. So
no.
We just wanted
it's
it
all
out
about
there,
the support.
Yeah, it's just a support thing.
He's loco.
So,
anyway. Right. Let's close it.
We love you guys.
Thank you so much.
Remind them of the thing is, I want you to remind them today again, what is your YouTube channel that they're watching this on? Subscribe to what?
To this channel.
Right, but we also put
Lori
this,
Hutton.
Yeah, we put this up on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
So if you are not subscribed to her YouTube channel, that was what I was trying to say.
Subscribe, like, and share. Because we want the next victim to know what they're dealing with, and that's what we're doing. Again, never knew that CML existed. Maybe I'm like in the dark or something, but never even knew it existed. So we're here to help the next couple that have to go through this. And heck, I guess we're gonna have a secondary channel, maybe for the heart thing, I don't know. But thanks guys, love you, like and share and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.